The pursuit of greatness. Why do some people spend years chasing greatness, only to feel like they're running in place, while others quietly transform until success almost seems inevitable? Most people think greatness begins with talent. It doesn't. It begins with attention. Because whatever consistently holds your attention slowly rewires your brain, shapes your habits, and eventually becomes your identity. That's the part few people notice. Greatness isn't usually a dramatic leap. It's the invisible result of thousands of moments that look too small to matter. Psychologists call this the attention-action loop. Your brain naturally strengthens the pathways you use most often. Think of it like walking through a forest. The first trip is difficult, but each time you take the same path, it becomes clearer. Your brain works the same way. Every repeated thought and action makes the next one easier. Here's the twist. Your brain doesn't distinguish between habits that help you and habits that hold you back. It simply asks, what should I become efficient at? If you constantly practice distraction, your brain becomes excellent at being distracted. If you repeatedly choose focused work, even for a few minutes each day, your brain gradually treats focus as the default. Recent neuroscience from researchers at University College London continues to show that repeated behaviors reshape neural connections through neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself throughout life. That means your future isn't fixed by your past. It's influenced by what you repeatedly practice today. History offers an unexpected example. During the construction of medieval cathedrals, many stonemasons spent decades carving details that would never be seen from the ground. Some ornaments sat hundreds of feet above eye level. Why invest so much effort in work almost no one would notice? Because for them, excellence wasn't performance, it was identity. Modern society often reverses that equation. Social media encourages visible achievement before invisible mastery. It's easy to confuse looking successful with becoming capable. Yet, behavioral economists have found that immediate social rewards, likes, praise, recognition, can sometimes weaken long-term motivation by shifting attention away from the work itself and toward external approval. That's one reason so many people lose momentum. The goal quietly changes. Instead of asking, how can I improve? The question becomes, how can I appear impressive? Those are completely different pursuits. Biology helps explain why. Your brain is designed to conserve energy. Deep thinking requires enormous amounts of glucose and oxygen compared to routine behavior. That's why your mind naturally prefers familiar patterns. It's not laziness, it's efficiency. But here's the fascinating part. Every time you choose a difficult action despite that resistance, regions in your prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for planning and self-control, become more engaged. Over time, behaviors that once demanded intense effort begin requiring less mental energy. What once felt impossible slowly becomes automatic. This explains why disciplined people often don't feel extraordinarily motivated. They've simply reduced the cost of doing the right thing. Researchers studying elite musicians found something surprising. The best performers weren't necessarily practicing longer. They practiced with greater intention. They deliberately targeted weaknesses instead of repeating what already felt comfortable. Improvement wasn't driven by time alone. It came from intelligent discomfort. That idea appears across cultures. Japanese artisans speak of shokunin, a lifelong commitment to refining one's craft, not for fame, but because the work itself deserves respect. It's a philosophy that values continual improvement over final achievement. Ironically, greatness often grows fastest when it stops being the main objective. There's another psychological trap few people discuss: the arrival fallacy. Researchers have observed that people frequently overestimate how happy they'll feel after reaching a major goal. The promotion comes, the marathon is finished, the business succeeds, the excitement is real, but often shorter than expected. Then the mind begins searching for the next destination. If happiness always lives one achievement away, you'll spend your entire life arriving without ever feeling you've arrived. Perhaps greatness was never meant to be a finish line. Perhaps it's a way of traveling. Even faith echoes this principle. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus teaches that whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. It's a reminder that extraordinary outcomes often begin with ordinary faithfulness. The unseen choices matter because they shape the person making them. Current research on identity based habits supports a similar idea. Lasting change happens more reliably when actions reinforce who you believe you are rather than simply what you hope to accomplish. Someone who says, I'm becoming a person who keeps promises to myself, is building something deeper than a checklist. They're reshaping identity from the inside out. So maybe the question isn't whether you're destined for greatness. Maybe the better question is this: what kind of person are today's smallest decisions quietly teaching your brain to become? Because greatness rarely announces its arrival. It grows silently, choice by choice, until one day the world calls it talent, while you remember it was simply the result of becoming the person you practiced being all along.